Good morning. How are we? Happy Wednesday. Isn't it interesting? If you're coming in, give me a hello. If you're on replay, let me know. And let me know if you have any questions at all at the moment. Isn't it interesting though at the moment how nothing has actually changed? Nothing has actually changed, yet everyone's happier. It's quite interesting, isn't it? The only thing that's different is you can book holidays, and right now that's pretty much all that's different. The sun came out a few days, and how different we can feel with that. Isn't that powerful? How much our thoughts about the future can dictate how we feel now, which can dictate what we do. And I just want you to think about how powerful that is, because I've definitely felt better, just more optimistic, and that impacts energy in the day. It's really interesting, isn't it? Just how powerful that is. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is a bit about the prefrontal cortex and tiny decisions that we make and how to make them a bit easier when using less willpower. So if we think about what we do on a daily basis, there's many little micro decisions that we make along the way which will dictate how we feel, our energy levels, and start to add up. And I talk about this a lot, but the way I want to go about this today is just to consider that what we end up sometimes doing is practicing what we don't want to become. So we practice doing the things that we don't want to do. The problem with that is once it gets ingrained, just like a good habit would, once it gets ingrained, we have kind of neurological circuits, and the issue with that is that then gets easier to do tomorrow. So what we do today is easier to do tomorrow. So that's why I always get at treating one day at a time. Just treat today as a new day. What you do today, what you practice today, will become easier to do tomorrow. Okay? So when you consider this, if you consider that if you've lived every day, and this is quite powerful, but if you live every day doing what you're doing now, but then you were shown in the future, if you would have done this instead that day, this could have happened. It's quite a powerful thing to consider. What could have been different if you'd have changed your habits on that one day that would have spiraled into the next day, into the next day, into the next day. Now, consider this. If there's something that you really think you should be doing, but you're not doing, or you're struggling to doing right now, then this is where this comes into it. So if you think about how our brain works, we have what we call a prefrontal cortex, and this kind of allows us to make decisions based on not just instant gratification. Okay, so it might be that I'm going to work out today because I want to fit into these clothes, I want to be stronger, I want to walk up that hill when we go for a summer's walk and not be out of breath. I want to feel confident, feel healthier, reduce my medication, whatever it is. Something that's coming up a lot at the moment is being worried about unlock, seeing people they haven't seen in a while. And, rightly or wrongly, people want to feel good. Now, whatever it is, consider that those choices that we make on a small daily basis will dictate the result of that. Where we are now is a result of our small habits that we've taken 3 months before, 6 months before, 12 months before. And it's something I spoke about when I was lecturing at Oxford Brookes University 2 weeks ago now, in just how important it is when we're changing our behavior to make these small habits. And we are guilty, even as people who practice this stuff, of actually trying to change things too quick and too much, or almost even changing something for the hell of it because you kind of feel like you should. And that's something I probably made a mistake with early on when I was doing what I do, almost thinking, well, I've got to change something, right? But actually, if it's working, it's working. If we're cementing that habit in, bed before 10, water before. And this is what I'm getting at now. Today, I want you to commit to tiny, tiny decisions. Be really aware of these tiny decisions that you don't even think are significant, these tiny choices, and really make them a good decision. Just do the right thing in those tiny ones today. So it could be, whether you hit snooze or get up and do a 1 minute workout, whether I have a glass of water before having my coffee, whether I take a deep breath in and out slow before writing that email. Really small things today that delay a bit of instant gratification. Because consider this, your willpower will decrease over the day. And plus the world gets in the way. So if you're saying things like, I'm going to get my workout in at lunchtime, but there's a bit of you that knows that work will run over, something will come up, then you've kind of either got to commit to doing it a bit earlier, even if it's shorter, even if it's not ideal, even if it's something that's not what you would normally do, because something is better than nothing. And if something keeps coming up and you're not doing it then, and you're getting into that spiral where you beat yourself up, I'm not doing it, I'm not getting it done, then you've just got to change the strategy and think, okay, actually, this isn't working for my lifestyle at the moment. I need to do it early. And that's why we have sessions so early, even live ones right now. But not that, you can just catch up 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just fit it in, because it's so important to think about, okay, the ideal scenario is not working here, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'll just focus on what I can do. And this is a really good habit to get into, which is essentially, as well as that, is delaying instant gratification. So if you think all day we have those choices that I talked about, those tiny choices. Do I go for a snack when I'm not really hungry or not? And this is delaying the instant gratification. If we go, I just want you to be there and go, make a choice and say, actually, how can I delay this instant gratification, that instant feeling that I'm going to feel good, but actually long term, this is actually conflicting with where I want to be right now. And just practice delaying it. Practice going, how are you feeling right now when you go and do that? What thoughts are going in your head? It could be when you put off exercise. You get instant gratification from not exercising. It feels good to say, oh, you know what, I'll exercise later actually. That gives us instant gratification at the time. And the more we kind of get in that loop of making a choice based on instant gratification, the less likely we are to succeed, because the more likely the world is going to get in the way. Our willpower is lower later in the day. Then we beat ourselves up. We blame willpower when actually it's just whether we've prioritized it or not and how important it truly is. And that comes back down to really getting clear on why you want to do it. Might be those reasons I said at the start, that sense of achievement, reducing medication, health, confidence, clothes we wear, being fitter, more toned, weight loss, whatever it is, whatever's important to you, immune system, I could go on, less out of breath, going up that hill, fitness level, not worrying about health, whatever it is, get that reason written down on a post-it note, whatever it is, get it written down and have it somewhere where you see daily. So, as always, that was a big tangent. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you took from that and comment below. Is there any tiny decisions you're gonna commit to today? A tiny decision that you commit to today, even if it's one, let me know what it is. Could be that, I just had a glass of water while the kettle was boiling. I did 10 squats while the kettle was boiling today. I went for a walk instead of opening my phone at lunchtime. Because if I'd have opened my phone, guess what? I wouldn't have went for a walk because I'd have had to reply for those 20 emails. Yeah, they would have been there when I still came home. So I hope that helps. Any questions, as always, let us know. Our next Kickstart begins on Monday, the 8th of March. If you want to join us in there, send me a message and I'll get you the details. So, speak soon, make it a great day, and take care. Bye-bye.